What if I told you that the difference between people who achieve extraordinary wealth and those who struggle financially isn't talent, luck, or even opportunity, but something far simpler and infinitely more powerful? What if the secret that separates the ultra-successful from everyone else could be boiled down to just 30 minutes every single morning? You're probably thinking this sounds too good to be true, and honestly, I don't blame you for being skeptical because we've all heard promises like this before. But here's what's different about what I'm about to share with you. This isn't some motivational fluff or feel-good nonsense that sounds inspiring but delivers nothing. This is the exact daily routine that Wallace D. Wattles, the man who wrote the blueprint for wealth creation over a century ago, discovered through years of study and application of universal laws that govern abundance. The same routine that influenced Napoleon Hill, Dale Carnegie, and virtually every major success teacher who came after him. You see, most people think discipline is about willpower, about forcing yourself to do things you don't want to do through sheer mental strength. But that's exactly backwards. Real discipline, the kind that creates millionaires and transforms lives, isn't about force at all. It's about alignment. It's about harmonizing your daily actions with the fundamental laws that govern the universe itself. And here's the kicker that nobody talks about. When you truly understand these laws and structure your day around them, discipline becomes effortless. You'll actually want to do these things because you'll feel the power flowing through you from the very first day. Now, I need to warn you about something before we go any further. What I'm about to reveal isn't for everyone. It requires you to completely abandon the way most people think about success and money. It demands that you reject the competitive mindset that keeps 99% of the population trapped in mediocrity. If you're looking for shortcuts or magic bullets that require no change on your part, you might want to stop watching right now. But if you're serious about transforming not just your bank account, but your entire existence, if you're ready to tap into the same thinking substance that created everything you see around you, then you need to understand that this routine isn't just a nice-to-have addition to your day. It's absolutely essential. Here's what makes this so different from everything else you've tried. Wattles discovered that there are specific mental states that must be cultivated daily, not just once in a while when you feel motivated, but every single day without exception. These states create what he called intelligent action, which is completely different from the random, scattered activity that most people mistake for productivity. When you enter these states through this precise routine, you begin to operate from what Wattles termed creative thought, rather than competitive thought. And this shift, this fundamental change in how you approach each day, is what separates those who create wealth from those who merely chase it. The truth is, every morning you wake up, you have a choice. You can stumble through your day reactive, scattered, and at the mercy of whatever circumstances throw at you, or you can deliberately align yourself with the creative power of the universe through a proven system that's been creating extraordinary results for over 100 years. Most people choose the first option without even realizing they're choosing at all. They grab their phone, scroll through social media, drink some coffee, and wonder why their lives feel chaotic and unfulfilling. But you're about to learn a different way, a way that puts you in complete control of your mental state and, therefore, your results. By the end of this video, you'll have the exact routine that Wattles used to go from poverty to prosperity, broken down into simple steps that you can implement immediately. You'll understand why this 30-minute morning practice is more valuable than any college degree or business course you could take. You'll discover the 3 specific mental states that must be cultivated daily if you want to access the thinking substance that responds to your thoughts and creates your reality. And most importantly, you'll see why discipline isn't about deprivation or struggle, but about aligning yourself with forces so powerful that success becomes inevitable rather than difficult. The first principle that Wattles discovered, and the foundation of this entire routine, is what he called the law of grateful thinking. Now, before you roll your eyes and think this is just positive thinking dressed up in fancy language, let me explain exactly what this means and why it's the most practical thing you'll ever do. Grateful thinking isn't about pretending everything is perfect or ignoring problems in your life. It's about recognizing a fundamental truth about how the universe operates. Everything you have, everything you are, and everything you're capable of becoming already exists in what Wattles called the thinking substance that permeates all reality. Think about this for a moment. The device you're watching this on, the building you're sitting in, the money in your bank account, even the thoughts in your head right now. All of these things came from the same source. They were thoughts before they became things. And here's the part that changes everything. That same creative substance that formed everything around you is still available to you right now, in this moment, waiting to respond to your thoughts and create whatever you focus on with unwavering certainty. But here's the catch, and this is crucial. This substance only responds to thoughts that are held in a state of gratitude and certainty, not doubt and desperation. When you begin each day by acknowledging what you already have, you're not just being polite or practicing positive thinking. You're actually tuning your mind to the frequency of abundance. You're aligning yourself with the creative force that brought everything into existence. And when you do this consistently, something remarkable happens. You begin to notice opportunities that were always there but invisible to your previous mindset. You start attracting people, circumstances, and ideas that move you toward your goals with an ease that feels almost magical. Here's exactly how to implement this first part of your routine. The moment you wake up, before you check your phone, before you do anything else, spend 5 minutes mentally reviewing everything in your life that you're grateful for. But don't just go through the motions. Really feel the appreciation. Start with the basics. Your health, your ability to see and hear and think, the roof over your head, the people who care about you. Then expand to the opportunities available to you, the knowledge you've acquired, the goals you're working toward. Feel genuine thankfulness for what you have and what's coming to you. But here's where most people get this wrong. They focus only on what they currently have, which keeps them stuck at their current level. The real power comes when you feel grateful for what you're in the process of creating. Thank the universe for the wealth that's flowing to you, for the opportunities that are aligning for you, for the success that's manifesting in your life right now. This isn't pretending or lying to yourself. This is recognizing that everything you desire already exists in the realm of possibility and expressing gratitude for its inevitable manifestation in physical form. The second principle, and this is where things get really interesting, is what Wattles called clear mental imaging. Now, most people think visualization is about creating pretty pictures in your mind, but that's only scratching the surface. Clear mental imaging is about impressing upon the thinking substance the exact form and function of what you want to create. It's about holding your vision with such clarity and certainty that the universe has no choice but to bring it into physical reality. Here's what separates effective visualization from wishful thinking. When you create a mental image, you must see yourself not as someone who wants something, but as someone who already has it. You must feel the emotions you would feel if your goal were already accomplished. You must think the thoughts you would think if you were already living the life you desire. This isn't fantasy or escapism. This is the most practical application of universal law you can engage in. Every morning, after your gratitude practice, spend 10 minutes in clear mental imaging. See yourself living your ideal life in precise detail. If you want financial freedom, see yourself checking your bank account and feeling completely at peace with the numbers you see. If you want a successful business, see yourself making decisions from a position of strength and abundance. If you want perfect health, see yourself feeling energetic and strong throughout your day. But don't just see these things as distant possibilities. Experience them as current realities. The key is to maintain what Wattles called unwavering faith during this process. This doesn't mean religious faith, though it can include that if it's part of your beliefs. This means absolute certainty that what you're visualizing is not just possible but inevitable. You must hold your vision with the same confidence you have that the sun will rise tomorrow. Any doubt, any questioning, any wondering, what if this doesn't work, immediately breaks the connection with the thinking substance and renders your visualization powerless. Now, here's something crucial that most people miss completely. Your visualization must include not just the end result, but the type of person you need to become to achieve that result. If you want to create wealth, you must see yourself thinking and acting like a wealthy person. If you want to build a successful business, you must visualize yourself making decisions with the wisdom and confidence of a successful entrepreneur. This is what transforms visualization from daydreaming into actual creation. The third principle, and this is where your entire day gets restructured around success, is what Wattles called intelligent action. Most people think action means being busy, staying productive, checking things off their to-do list. But intelligent action is completely different. It's about moving through your day with absolute certainty that every action you take is moving you closer to your goals, not just keeping you busy. Here's how this works in practice. After your gratitude and visualization, spend 5 minutes planning your day, but not the way most people plan. Don't just list tasks and appointments. Instead, ask yourself this question for every activity you're considering. Will this action move me closer to my vision, or is it just something I think I should do? If an activity doesn't clearly advance your goals, either eliminate it or find a way to transform it so that it does. This might seem simple, but it's revolutionary when you actually implement it. Most people fill their days with activities that feel important, but actually move them further from their goals. They attend meetings that don't matter, engage in conversations that drain their energy, and spend time on tasks that could be eliminated or delegated. Intelligent action means saying no to everything that doesn't serve your vision, even if other people don't understand your decisions. But here's the really powerful part. When you consistently take only intelligent action, you begin to develop what Wattles called the creative attitude. You stop competing with others for limited resources and start creating new value from the unlimited thinking substance. You stop trying to get things from people and start giving value that naturally attracts abundance back to you. This shift in attitude is what separates those who struggle for success from those who seem to create it effortlessly. Throughout your day, constantly remind yourself that you're not just going through motions or killing time until something better comes along. Every action you take is either contributing to your vision or detracting from it. Every conversation you have is either raising your energy or lowering it. Every thought you think is either connecting you to the creative power of the universe or disconnecting you from it. This level of consciousness, maintained consistently, transforms ordinary days into powerful steps toward extraordinary success. Now, let's talk about the fourth principle, because this is where most people's routines fall apart, and it's the reason why discipline feels so difficult for most people. Wattles discovered that you must maintain what he called harmonious relations with everyone you encounter throughout your day. This doesn't mean being fake or agreeable when you don't feel like it. It means recognizing that every person you interact with is an expression of the same thinking substance that you're working with to create your goals. When you maintain harmonious relations, you're not just being nice for the sake of social politeness. You're actually keeping yourself in alignment with the creative force that responds to your thoughts and brings your desires into reality. Every time you engage in conflict, criticism, or competition, you break that alignment and make it harder for the universe to deliver what you've been visualizing and working toward. Here's the practical application. Before every interaction with another person, whether it's your family, your co-workers, a store clerk, or a stranger on the street, remind yourself that this person is part of the same universal intelligence that's helping you create your ideal life. Approach every conversation with the intention to add value, to lift the other person up, to leave them feeling better than they did before they met you. This isn't about being a pushover or agreeing with everyone. It's about maintaining your connection to the source of all creation while navigating human relationships. You'll be amazed at how this changes everything. People will start responding to you differently. Opportunities will begin appearing through your relationships with others. Doors will open that you never even knew existed. This happens because when you maintain harmonious relations, you're operating from abundance rather than scarcity. You're creating value rather than trying to extract it, and the universe always responds to creation with more resources to create with. The fifth principle might be the most important of all, and it's definitely the most challenging for people who are used to instant gratification. Wattles called this persistent application without watching for results. This means you must commit to this routine not for a week or a month, but for as long as it takes for your vision to manifest in physical reality, without constantly checking to see if it's working. Here's why this is so crucial. The thinking substance that responds to your thoughts operates according to its own timeline, not yours. Just like a seed planted in the ground must go through an invisible growth process before it breaks through the soil, your thoughts and visualizations must go through an invisible manifestation process before they appear in your physical experience. If you keep digging up the seed to see if it's growing, you'll kill it before it has a chance to produce anything. Most people start this kind of routine with great enthusiasm, but after a few days or weeks without seeing dramatic results, they begin to doubt whether it's working. They start looking for evidence that their efforts are paying off, and when they don't see immediate changes, they either quit entirely or start modifying the routine, trying different approaches, jumping from one system to another. This constant starting and stopping, this lack of persistent application, is what keeps most people from ever experiencing the true power of these principles. You must understand that doubt is not neutral. Doubt doesn't just slow down the manifestation process, it actively works against it. Every time you question whether this routine is working, every time you wonder if you should try something else, every time you look around for evidence and don't see what you want to see, you're sending mixed signals to the thinking substance. You're essentially cancelling out all the positive mental work you've been doing. The solution is to commit to this routine for a minimum of 90 days without evaluating the results. Don't look for signs that it's working. Don't ask yourself if you're seeing progress. Don't compare your current situation to where you want to be. Just do the routine every single day with complete faith that the universal laws are working exactly as they should, even when you can't see the evidence yet. Here's what you need to understand about those 90 days. The first 30 days are about establishing the habit and cleaning out all the negative thought patterns that have been creating your current results. The second 30 days are about strengthening your connection to the thinking substance and beginning to operate from creative thought rather than competitive thought. The final 30 days are when the real magic happens, when your new mental state begins to attract opportunities and circumstances that align with your vision. But even after 90 days, you don't stop. This routine becomes a permanent part of your life, not because you have to force yourself to do it, but because you'll love the way it makes you feel and the results it creates. You'll actually look forward to this time each morning because it connects you to a power greater than yourself and sets the tone for extraordinary days. The sixth and final principle ties everything together and ensures that your routine creates compound results rather than just temporary improvements. Wattles called this advancing life, which means that everything you do must contribute not just to your own success, but to the greater good of everyone around you. This isn't about charity or sacrifice. It's about recognizing that your individual success is connected to the success of the whole human family. When you approach your goals from this perspective, you tap into a level of power that's simply not available when you're focused only on yourself. The thinking substance responds most powerfully to thoughts and actions that serve the highest good of all concerned. When your vision includes not just personal gain, but contribution to others, when your daily actions lift up everyone you encounter, when your success creates value for the world around you, you align yourself with the fundamental creative force of the universe itself. Every morning, as part of your routine, ask yourself this question: how can my success today serve not just me, but everyone whose life I touch? Then let that intention guide your intelligent action throughout the day. Look for ways to add value in every interaction. Seek opportunities to help others while advancing toward your own goals. Think of your success not as something you're taking from the world, but as something you're contributing to it. This mindset shift is what separates those who create lasting wealth from those who just get temporarily rich. It's what distinguishes leaders who inspire others from those who just accumulate power. It's what makes the difference between success that feels hollow and success that feels deeply fulfilling. When you succeed in a way that serves others, your success becomes sustainable and continues to grow throughout your entire life. Now, let me give you the exact routine that pulls all these principles together into a simple, powerful daily practice that will transform your life from the very first day you implement it. This routine takes 30 minutes every morning, and it's more valuable than any college course, any business seminar, any coaching program you could invest in. But here's the thing, it only works if you actually do it, not just understand it intellectually. First thing when you wake up, before you do anything else, spend 5 minutes in grateful thinking. Feel genuine appreciation for everything you currently have and everything that's flowing toward you. Don't just think grateful thoughts, feel grateful emotions. Let that appreciation fill your entire being until you're vibrating with thankfulness for the abundance that surrounds you. Next, spend 10 minutes in clear mental imaging. See yourself living your ideal life with absolute clarity and certainty. Feel the emotions you would feel if your goals were already accomplished. Think the thoughts you would think if you were already the person you want to become. Hold this vision with unwavering faith, knowing that what you're seeing is not just possible but inevitable. Then spend 5 minutes planning your day with intelligent action. Review everything you're planning to do and eliminate anything that doesn't move you closer to your vision. For everything that remains, ask yourself how you can approach it in a way that serves your goals and adds value to others. Throughout the day, maintain harmonious relations with everyone you encounter. Approach every interaction from abundance rather than scarcity. Look for ways to lift others up rather than competing with them. Stay connected to the thinking substance by treating every person as an expression of the same creative intelligence that's working to manifest your goals. Finally, apply these principles persistently without watching for results. Commit to this routine for at least 90 days without evaluating whether it's working. Trust the process, trust the universal laws, and trust that your consistent application will create results that exceed your current ability to imagine. Most importantly, approach everything from the perspective of advancing life. Let your success serve not just yourself, but everyone whose life you touch. When you do this, you tap into the full creative power of the universe, and your results will reflect that alignment. Here's what's going to happen when you implement this routine consistently. Within the first week, you'll notice that your days feel more purposeful and directed. You'll have more energy because you're not wasting mental and emotional resources on activities that don't serve your goals. You'll feel more confident because you're taking intelligent action rather than just staying busy. Within the first month, opportunities will begin appearing that seem to come out of nowhere, but are actually the natural result of your changed mental state. People will start responding to you differently because you're operating from abundance rather than need. Your decision-making will improve dramatically because you're clear about what you want and why you want it. Within 3 months, your entire life will be restructured around success rather than just survival. You'll have developed the mental discipline that separates successful people from everyone else. You'll be thinking and acting from creative thought rather than competitive thought, which means you'll be creating value rather than just chasing it. But here's what I need you to understand. None of this happens automatically. It requires a decision on your part, a commitment to excellence that most people are simply not willing to make. It means getting up 30 minutes earlier every morning to invest in your future. It means saying no to activities and relationships that don't serve your vision. It means maintaining faith and persistence even when you can't see immediate results. The question is, are you serious about transforming your life, or are you just curious about it? Are you willing to commit to excellence, or are you looking for shortcuts that require no change on your part? Because if you're serious, if you're truly ready to step into the extraordinary life that's waiting for you, then you need to start this routine tomorrow morning. Not next week when you have more time, not next month when things settle down, but tomorrow. Your future self is counting on the decision you make right now. The person you're capable of becoming, the life you're capable of living, the contribution you're capable of making to the world, all of this depends on whether you're willing to discipline yourself to follow this routine every single day without exception. This is your moment. This is your opportunity to align yourself with the same creative force that built everything around you and use it to build the life of your dreams. Remember, discipline isn't about deprivation or struggle. True discipline is about aligning yourself with universal laws so powerful that success becomes inevitable rather than difficult. When you implement this routine consistently, you're not forcing yourself to do something hard. You're choosing to flow with forces that are already working in your favor. You're choosing to work with the universe rather than against it. Start tomorrow morning. Set your alarm 30 minutes earlier. Begin with grateful thinking. Move to clear mental imaging. Plan your day with intelligent action. Maintain harmonious relations with everyone you meet. Apply everything persistently without watching for results. And let your success serve the advancement of all life. Do this for 90 days without questioning whether it's working. And I promise you, your life will never be the same.